Air Force pegs the cost to modify the Qatar gifted plane at less than 400 million. So Skid, remember president went to Qatar and they gifted him a 74.
That's right.
-8.
They gifted the DOD Gonky.
And that's what I meant to say. The DOD
yes.
Says the projection is far less than $1 billion, which is how much they thought the building the airplane from scratch was going to be, the future Air Force One.
More than that.
More than $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. So 400 million, man, right? We're saving some money, right? There's been a number thrown around on the order. Oh, they're just going too fast.
3.9 billion. There you go.
Wow. $3.9 billion to build them from.
How much is a carrier? It used to be a carrier was that price. What's the today's cost carrier?
Well, Mover, I think that's for a couple of them, right?
No, it's at the fixed price for
one, because it's the
two of them. Two of them.
Wow, dude, 2 airplanes, 3 point.
That's incredible.
To conduct a modification, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much.
Wow.
Well,
the other option is the Qatari, right? The
Air Force is going to update it. They're going to do their due diligence on it, and you got the airplane. You just got to put the wiring in or whatever you got to do, the secure options on it, and I think it'll be great.
The airplane is the cheap part of this whole proposition.
Yeah. That thing's getting disassembled.
Well, remember, you got to check it for all the bugs and whatever could be in there, and you're gonna have to go through that thing with a fine-tooth comb, and then you got to put on the comm suite, the other stuff that we need on it, the comms, all the comm on it, and it's gonna be. I mean, 400 million. It's not a drop in the bucket by any means, but hey, it does save a buck or two. And the way I understand it was this airplane was just going to be a bridge to the Boeing planes they finally get around to building, right? Isn't that the plan? Well, this is not the end. This is not the last airplane. They're going to build the Boeing jets at high price because they've been delayed for 5 or 6 years now, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So they're gonna take this Qatar airport where it is, and they're gonna get on it and make it. I mean, Trump won't fly on it probably. I don't think he will.
What because they usually have one for backup, right? They've got two.
Yeah, you have a primary spare, and whenever the man goes someplace, they take both airplanes because you can't have them flying if something does happen, they always have a spare with them.
So that means they'd have to keep one of the old legacy Air Force Ones because Qataris gave.
Yeah, I'm sure the planners are looking at that. They'll have to keep something ready as a reserve airplane in case he needs to, bug out or something, or the primary gets broken for some reason.
I wonder if that caused any logistical issues, man, because the Dash 8 is quite a bit bigger.
Is it?
What did they have before? Like, what are they flying now?
747-200, like a classic. Yeah,
800's big. 800's big.
So does this get rid of the engineer?
Yeah,
because they had the engineer on the current one, right, Skid?
I'm sure. Yeah, I think so. I think they'll have an engineer on that thing. They're not going to kick the engineer off that airplane. Really? They have a nav. They have a nav on board too.
He won't be an engineer though.
He runs the nav system. He runs all the. They didn't kick like the Air Force. Other units kicked out the navs. They kept the nav on board. They kept the flight engineer on board. They kept everybody on board.
So it's a CISO. They've got a CISO on board Air Force One.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, it's just part. They want that as a backup, just to have eyes on that vehicle, on that system, to be able to handle anything that happens there. They're not going to trust the 2 pilots in front to do all the work. That's what airlines do to cut costs. When the airlines got rid of the flight engineer, because that saved a lot of money, right? Because they figured a button does this. Okay, I fixed it. This is a flight engineer right here. Air Force One will not do that. They're not going to cut that guy out just to save a buck or two.
So. I think where Mover's going is the 74-8 and the 74400 before it. Like all those airplanes were designed to pilot.
Right. Like they're designed to not have.
I think what Skid is saying is they would retain those positions for probably Mover for other for help and for probably other capabilities.
They'll retrofit it to some degree. I mean, not huge, but they're going to keep those personnel on board to monitor those systems and do that as a backup, I think, until they find out, hey, we don't need the guy.
And since it's a Boeing and it's VNAV, it'll probably be 3 people now going, what's it doing? I don't know. Just recruise it. You'll be fine.
Recruise. Oh my gosh. That's funny, man. Fixed it.
Air Force One.
Yeah. Just here, put this
Force
altitude
One.
in. It'll work fine. Take the restriction out.
Mhm.
Put the
Yeah.
boards out. Actually,
Yeah,
we're Air Force One. We don't need restrictions.
Long overdue, man. I mean, Air Force One has been around since I think the early '80s, right? It's over 40.
Well,
It's over 40 years
Reagan
old.
was the last president to
70
fly, I think, on the old version,
707, right?
707.
40
And
years
then I
over
think-
40
Wait, these are original? They haven't upgraded these?
No,
I think they're the
same
same,
jets.
dude.
same.
I didn't know that. I thought
And they
these
are
were like-
immaculate. They are so
Yeah,
well
they-
maintained.
These are the cleanest classic 7.4s
Incredible.
in
how,
existence.
much, how much
Amazing.
can we sell them for?
Oh, they're not going. No.
Amazon Air or whatever can fly them next.
Dude,
No.
they're probably gonna get turned.
They're
into
going to museum.
yeah, at least one of them.
Yep. Oh, you know it.
Yeah, that's a point, man, for sure. Because before that was the 707, and one of them's in the Smithsonian, right?
One's at the Reagan Library in California.
Okay.
So
I think the other one's
was
at
on
the
this
Air
one.
Force Museum.
Yeah, Bill Clinton flew on them. Yeah.
Yep.
They
Yeah,
burned the
dude.
sheet.
These are old.
Well, Clinton flew. Clinton did not fly on the old 707.
No.
Reagan was the last president to do that. Clinton flew on the 747.
Yeah,
with
so
me.
they had to burn,
That was
had
when
to
I was
burn
there.
the sheets.
Oh, he was the
stuff
president
happened.
when you were doing that detail. Look at you.
Did you know Monica?
Did you ever see Monica?
Uh-oh.
Your face says it all, Skid. Don't
There's
answer
a
that
lot of
question.
classifications that are being
There's a-
breached
there's
right
a
now.
lot.
Anyway,